Welcome back to Eatsy, where if we can make steamed fish with black bean sauce, then so can you. Steamed fish with black bean sauce is intertwined with the tradition of using fermented black beans, which are known for their intense savory flavors. The method of steaming allows for the fish to gently absorb the flavors of the black bean sauce. It is often celebrated not only for its exquisite taste, but also for its nutritional benefits, because steaming preserves the fish's natural goodness. Typically served with a garnish of fresh cilantro or green onions, steamed fish with black bean sauce is a unique dish that embodies the Chinese culinary appreciation for fresh, high-quality ingredients. So let's start with the fish. In this video, we're going to be using a pompano, but you can basically use whatever fish you prefer. The only thing is that you gotta take all the scales off and make sure that it fits inside your steaming pot. We're going to use a pompano because it doesn't have any scales and it's very easy to get the meat off the bones because the bones are very thick. The first thing you're going to want to do to the fish is cut all the fins off. Removing the fins will ensure that it won't put any weird flavors into the fish. You'll also want to remove the gills because the gills will make everything taste bitter if you leave them. And if your fish wasn't cleaned from the factory, you'll have to clean the fish as well. The beans that we're going to use for this recipe are these preserved beans with ginger that you can get from your local Asian markets. You'll want to measure out about 30 grams of the beans. Once they're all measured out, put them aside for later. Once you have your fish all trimmed up, the next steps is to take a paper towel and dry the outside of the body. Then you'll take a bit of salt in your hand and rub it all over the skin, as well as on the inside of the fish as well. When you're done giving it a little salt rub, you're going to take a slice or two of ginger and some green onions and put them inside the fish. And finally, take a knife and put 3 cuts along both sides of the fish, just like this. And just before we head over to the stove, you're going to take your beans that you measured out before and chop them up. They don't have to be too fine, but try not to let there be any whole beans left. Then we're going to take our beans and add them to a well-oiled pan over medium to high heat. Then to the beans, we're going to add about a tablespoon of diced ginger. After giving the beans and ginger a stir together, we're going to add about 4 to 5 cloves of diced garlic. When the beans, ginger, and garlic are well heated, remove them from a pan and put them in a bowl. Then we'll add in 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, a tablespoon of oyster sauce, and finally a teaspoon of brown sugar. Stir all that together with the beans thoroughly. Next, we're going to prepare a heat-proof plate that the fish will be steamed on. Start by laying out a row of chopped green onions, and then 2 slices of ginger. Lastly, you're going to add about a spoonful of the bean sauce that you had made. Then you can lay the uncooked fish on top. Next, we're going to put about a spoonful of the bean sauce inside the fish, and the rest of it will go on top. And if you have any ginger left over, you can put those slices on top of the beans. Next, we're going to bring some water in a steaming pot up to a boil. When the water is boiling, we're going to put the plate of fish inside the steamer. This is why it's very important that you use a heat-resistant plate. Cover it with a lid and let your fish steam for 15 minutes. Be careful removing it because the plate is going to be very hot. Next, we're going to top the fish with a little bit more garlic, some optional chili peppers, and then your choice of either cilantro or thinly sliced green onion. But we're not quite done yet. In another pan, we're going to heat about half a cup of oil. When the oil is sizzling hot, we're going to pour it over the fish right before serving. This hot oil enhances the aroma and brings out all the flavors. And there you have it, steamed fish with black bean sauce. A healthy, flavorful fish dish that's sure to impress. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. And we release a new video every week, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss our upcoming videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching.